What is up, guys? It's Whatever here with our Week 6 battle versus Kohan. We are going to be starting off this match. It's a long match, so do be warned. I'm going to start off with Mega Sceptile as he starts off with his Blaziken. This is Speed Boost Blaziken, not Mega Blaziken. So at this point, I'm like, okay, he's going to switch out. So into his Fable as I just click. I think I clicked EQ here. Or did I click Dragon Pulse? I think I clicked Dragon Pulse. Like 100% click Dragon Pulse. Yep, I clicked Dragon Pulse. And he's gonna go. No, that's a bad situation for me, so I'm gonna switch out here into my Chansey, because that can kind of basically wall this thing. He goes for the Stealth Rock, so I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. I am going to. I think I clicked Stealth Rocks myself as he goes into his Blaziken here. Yep. Boom. And then he is going to actually click sub on my switch out into Scolipede. He's trying to sack this thing off, trying to catch him on the, you know, the high jump kick. But he goes for a sub, and he's speed boost, and I'm like, uh-oh, this isn't good. So at this point, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna try to bake the sub. Try to bake the sub. Sorry. So he goes for fire punch. And I'm like, okay, well, he's probably just fire punch. Didn't want to do flare blitz. That's fine with me. So he's at +2 speed right now. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go into Manaphy here. As he is going to Baton Pass. And at this point, I'm like, oh no. What is going to go on? He goes into his Thundee T at +2 speed with the sub. And I'm like, this is fucked. I'm like, this dude literally just 6-0'd me. Like, I fucking got 6-0'd. And he, like, because basically T-Bolt's Hidden Power Ice, I was like, if he gets a Nasty Plot up, then it's over. He also needs, like, Focus Blast for Chansey, but, like, if he doesn't, he could do 3 attacks since he's Baton Passed into speed. So I go into Chansey, I'm like, okay, this is the best I got for it. He goes for the Nasty Plot here. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, okay, he's going to pop his Z move, and I'm just going to soft boil up, and then I'll be able to stall it out like that. Goes for the Nasty Plot again, getting to +4, and I'm like, oh, no, this is really bad. So I use soft boiled. And I'm like, okay, well, 6-0'd. There's nothing I could do now. Like, this is GG. He goes to the Fighting MZ. I could have switched out and saved this thing, but a +4 Focus Blast. Does a lot. It does over half, so it's a 2-hit KO. I mean, I could have risked the misses and stuff, but I don't know. I just, at this point, I was like, okay, I lost. So, like, there was no point in really switching out because something was dying, like, every turn forever. So, kills the Chansey. And I'm like, okay, well, nothing I could do now. As I go out into my Mewtwo. Because I'm like, if anything can live, it might be Mewtwo. As he goes for T-Bolt here. And Mewtwo dies. Just kidding, it was Zoroark. Because, yeah, there's nothing really I could do. So I was just started sacking off stuff. And then he goes in, or I go into Mega Sceptile because I'm like, okay, well, you know, whatever. It's just, I just clicked whatever it was. And he goes for Focus Blast. And I'm like, what? Apparently he had Grass Knot instead of Hidden Power Ice. And I'm just like, why would you ever have done that versus a Mega Sceptile team? And he said because of Mudsdale. And I'm just like, Hidden Power Ice at +2 Okos. But anyway, he goes into his Drapion, goes for Crunch after I hit him with a big old EQ. And at this point, I'm like, okay, Mewtwo can win. And I'm a very weird set of Mewtwo. I am a Bulk Up, Drain Punch, and I think Ice Punch. So, like, it's walled by his Jellicent that he has in the back. But if I can get, bulked up, then I can actually do something. Um, so I am going to switch out here into my Manaphy on the, I think, was expecting Bullet Punch, but he goes for the U-turn, which is a good play. And then he goes right out into his Clefable here. And I see that he does take those rocks damage, so I'm like, okay, I can't just go for Tail Glow here. And so I think I go for Scald. Yeah, I just go for Scald because I couldn't set up Calm Minds because it wouldn't have done anything. I get the burn, which is cool. Goes to the Moon Blast and knocks me down pretty low. And I go for Rest here, I think, because I could just stall him out now that it's burned and everything. So I'm like, okay, well, this is totally fine. I could just set up here. And yeah, so like we're just gonna try to set up here, not set up, but we're trying to like kind of kill this thing off. Uh, as he just keeps on going for Moonblast. It's gonna do about 50, but he gets a special attack drop, but it doesn't matter because of Unaware. Uh, this is gonna be a little while because like things are kind of getting stally here. As he just clicks on Moonblast, as I kind of just click Scalds. Basically just trying to get him low. He's trying to get me low. I'm -2 special attack. And it's not going to matter versus him because of the Unaware, which is I think it should be the other way around, where it's only damage done by you, the where it gets affected type thing. But he does go out into the Jellicent here. As I click the Scald, or I was fast asleep again. Never mind. But yeah, so I can't touch this thing. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to do here because I can't touch this thing with Manaphy, and I can't touch this thing with Mewtwo. So I go for the Calm Mind here. So I'm -1 special attack, +1 special defense, and he uses Taunt. And I'm like, oh crap. I was like, this thing is definitely going to beat me now. So then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I could do something along the lines of doing a double switch or something, but he does go out into his Clefable again, uh, as I just go for Ice Beam, just because I was trying to get Mega Sceptile in to kind of kill something, but he does go right out into that Clefable. So it's like, okay, well, again, the drops won't matter because I am unaware. That means my special defense boosts won't matter because he's unaware again. So I am going to switch out into my Mega Sceptile as he goes to the Moonlight. It was a good prediction. Goes to the Moonlight. And at this point, I'm like, okay, well, I kind of just gotta kind of kill this thing. I think I was mainly predicting him to go back out into the Jellicent. But this works fine because I just go for the Energy Ball. It's going to do a butt ton as he just Moonlights up again. Now, in hindsight, I should have kept around this Mega Sceptile because I have nothing for the Jellicent if this goes down. And that is exactly what I'm going to do is we're just going to click Energy Ball because I like this. And he goes for the Moonblast and he's going to kill me. And at this point, I'm like, okay. Hello, at this point, I'm basically like, okay, well, I pretty much lose to that Jellicent unless I can get set up right now. So I go out into the Manaphy. Gonna Skull, try to kill this thing first because I knew that I wouldn't be able to beat it 1v1 with the Calm Minds. I thought in the back Mewtwo could theoretically win if I got it set up. So he's going to go out into his Scizor, and I was like, okay, perfect. Well, if he goes for the Scizor and I could set up on the Scizor, like if he does Bullet Punch or something like that. But he goes for the U-turn. He's going to get me low. He's going to go right back out into his Jellicent, and then I'm just going to go for rest. So this is the part where it gets really long. At this point in the match, he is taking every turn a timer, and it kind of sucks, but I understand. But like, I definitely could have brought this back. Like, if this game didn't have a timer, I would have been able to, I think, probably win. Just because if I get in, or it depends on the situation, obviously, because if I get to like +6, even though Ice Beam is doing nothing, um, it's going to be able to two-shot it at +6. So at this point, I am kind of like, I needed to get either Mewtwo in on the Scizor or get Mewtwo set up. Now he is going to just U-turn out again, or he's going to knock off actually. Forgot about this turn. And there goes my lefties. So this just makes it a little bit longer for me to, do anything with Manaphy just because now the leftovers aren't there. I am going to go for the Skull just because I wanted to kill that thing. Try to get it to a 2-2. And I could have won by HP. But I'm just going to go for the Calm Mind before the taunt. That way I can kind of eat his attacks a little bit. And at this point I'm at +1, and I'm just going to kind of fire off Ice Beam, see how much it does. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, if I get a burn, or I'm sorry, a freeze, I could definitely come back and possibly win this game because then I'd be able to get more turns of setup. So at that point, that's what I'm going for right now. Even though it's not doing a whole lot, he's just going to be doing Shadow Ball. He's going to get me down about 30 each time. So he's going to cover back up. And I get one more Ice Beam before I'm going to have to rest off. And it's not looking good. Like I said, every turn is going to timer. He is taking me to timer every single turn. It is ironic though because I think he was timered first week and like complained about it, but it's whatever. So I do go ahead and rest up, and he is gonna go for the taunt. Like this is just like it's just frustrating because I'm just like, okay, like I definitely could have set up to +6 and beaten him down. Like he couldn't kill this Manaphy. Like I couldn't kill this Jellicent. Like there was just nothing that we could do. But it's just gonna go forever as he just keeps on using Shadow Balls. Surprising he didn't get a drop though, because that would have kind of tilted it more in his favor. But I could have also gotten some freezes, 20% versus 10%. I am just gonna go for the Ice Beam here because I'm still under taunt. Try to hope for the freeze. He goes for the Shadow Ball. Go down to 120. He does about 30 per Shadow Ball. And at this point, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to set up another Calm Mind. That way you do less. And I could do, like, as you can tell, like I'm able to get a Calm Mind off every single time I rest up. And so if this just went on longer, then I would have been able to Calm Mind up to the point to where Ice Beam would have killed stuff. And like I know that I'm using Ice Beams, but I'm trying to go for the freeze. I was gonna save about 5 for the very end game. Once I got to like +3 or 4, so I actually doing some damage. But Yeah, I'm just trying to go for the freeze right here because if I can get the freeze, then I can get some more calm mines off and kind of get that going from there. So I was trying to go for the freeze, trying to save a few for, actually killing this thing. This is at +2. So like if you triple that, like yeah, it's gonna 2-hit KO at +6. Um, at this point, it's like super close to the end of the timer. Um, my taunt wore off, but I didn't go for. Oh yeah, so like it was literally the very end of the timer. It was like 3 minutes left, and I knew he was timering me, and I knew that there was no reason for me to try to save HP on this at all. So I did just go for the freeze, try to hope for the freeze on the taunt, and that's basically what I'm going for. I do get the crit here on the recover though, so it wasn't like I got any like added benefit from it. Um, but yeah, so like at this point, like it's getting real close. It's like under 5 minutes, I think, because I just started going for the ice beams for the freeze. As he goes to Shadow Ball. If you couldn't tell, we do not win this. He does have 3 Pokemon. We have 2. He is going to take it down to timer to the point where he would win 1-0. Um, and he was like, I deserved it because I missed the focus blast. And I'm like, well, you should have prepped better because A, you shouldn't have been running Grass Knot over Hidden Power Ice. That's not my fault. And yeah, so it's like you kind of risk that when you ran Focus Blast. Like you needed it for the Chansey, but you kind of that's your kind of shortcomings. So he's gonna go for recover on my rest, and I am going to switch out here on the last turn to Mewtwo because I wanted to see how much it takes from a Shadow Ball. So it goes from 182 down to 92. So it does 90. So I could have technically recovered up if I recovered on the turn, but that is going to be the game. GG 1-0 to Kohan.